Hello everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM, and it is molded in 1/35 scale. We have here a World War II German military truck in 1/35 scale, and it's a V3000S, and as you can see, it comes in this open rear bed version. So we have also some sophisticated German name. It's written that it's Einheitsfahrerhaus. I hope I read it right, but you get the idea on what we get in the box. And of course we have the commercial sample here, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. This is the final shape of this release and nothing will change, so it's a commercial sample as I said before. So box size is standard for such type of the model from ICM. Here is comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art here, and on the side you'll find some safety information and also address of the manufacturer and also some information about the kit. So I will also take a look. We have 229 parts and assembled model will be 182 millimeters, so not that large for 1/35 scale truck. And here, by the way, you can see also several marking options. Well, 2 marking options is not that much for 1/35 scale model, but I hope that we will see more in the marking guide. In the worst case, of course, you can find some other stuff in reference materials around internet, so it's just a Google search away from you. Okay, so I'm cutting through the stickers, and as you can see, we have here the standard box design for ICM. I usually mention it every time when we are checking kit from this manufacturer, because this is actually quite smart box design, which helps you to get the parts in a proper condition without unnecessary damage. And you saw in some previous reviews, I think, yeah, so in some previous reviews I was getting the damaged boxes, but all parts inside were intact because actually this thing protects everything inside. Okay, so let's open it, because it's not only the box, it's what's inside. And as you can see, we have several brochures and assembly manual, and also we have the plastic parts inside. So we will start with the parts, obviously, and then gradually we'll move on to other components which are included here. So it's a resealable plastic bag. Just give me a moment. I will open it. And we will check those things together. So first of all, I would like to start with a clear frame. I will just remove a bit of dust from the box. So here we have it packed into the separate bag, but it's quite easy and quick to open. And here is what we have inside. So this is the clear frame with parts or glass for the front cap, as you can guess. So as you can see, molding quality is really nice, but I'm not sure if we will actually get the masks templates here, because this kit, well, it comes after ICM started adding the masks templates into their kits, but who knows, maybe this one will not get them, so we will not know this until we open the assembly manual. Here we start with the first gray plastic sprue. As you can see, we have the panels for the front cap, also some interior parts, and the bonnet here is molded as a shut thing, so you won't be able to open any of these panels, and that's a bit of shame, because I guess we get the engine parts here, so you have to think through how to expose the engine in the assembled model. But at the same time, if I zoom in a bit, as you can see, we have really nice molding quality, so it's just a matter of getting all of these parts together. And as far as you can see, we have the doors molded separately, so at least these things can be opened and you will be able to expose the interior inside, which is also a good space for some weathering ideas and maybe some figure placement inside. Next we continue with more parts. So these are also front cap panels, and again we get the separate doors, again we get this bonnet panels. So I wonder why we get another version of the front cap here. Maybe it depends on the parts, because some of those will be used for today's version and some will stay in your spare parts box. But overall we get pretty much the same design, and if I flip it over here, you can see that we have also some push marks. So it might be wise nice idea to sand them a bit in the, for example, wheel fenders area, because it might be visible on the finished model as well. Next, we continue with another plastic sprue. So this one looks older, it's a sprue A, and this one might be, let's say, universal for the trucks of this type, because here we get the chassis parts, we get suspension elements, cockpit parts, or the interior parts, for example, here a steering wheel, and of course engine and the gearbox. If I zoom in here, you can take a closer look at what I'm talking about. Overall, it's really cool to get all of the things in the standard plastic kit package, so you don't have to find some resin kit which will help you copy the engine. You get it in the standard package and you can just add more features, for example wiring, and it will greatly benefit it if you plan to open the bonnet. I know that some others usually complain that they do not need interior parts because they usually focus their attention on the exterior, but well, nobody stops you from just assembling the engine and closing inside the model, right? So here we get the last plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to a mix of parts. We get these panels which are obviously for the rear section, and we get also the plastic wheels, which is really cool. So if I zoom in here, you can see them closer. So this is definitely a better thing in comparison with standard vinyl offering which we are used to see in such kits. The only I would say item which you should carry about is the masks for those wheels, because you can notice that we have the wheel rims molded together with the tires. They're basically one piece, and that's why you will have to have some circular templates in order to paint them properly. And here we can zoom in a bit, because we have the small decal sheet. There is no mention on where it was printed, but as you can see, we have also some dials for the interior, for the dashboard, and several types of the plates. But I guess we get only 2 marking options, just like it was shown on the box, unfortunately. Okay, next we have also the small ad. As you can see, or as you saw in the beginning of this review, we have also this small brochure about ICM paints. They produce nice paints which are really good with the brushes and airbrushes. As you can see, they have already quite a wide range of colors, so definitely check them out, because it's a good thing to use in your model build. And you might have also seen me using it, because I was employing it in some recent builds. But here we can move on to the assembly manual. So here we should zoom out a bit, and as you can see, this is the typical ICM assembly manual. It means that on the cover we will get the short history note as well as the technical specifications. Then we get the parts map. Red color means that these parts will not be used, and as you can see, just like we suspected, these parts for the front cap, they will not be used. They will go straight into your spare parts box, because we need this square front cap, not this curved one. Okay, so assembly process starts with the chassis, then we continue with some suspension parts. We work on the engine from the step 10. As I said before, feel free to add some wiring if you have some reference material and you would like to work a bit more on your details on your vehicle, then definitely go for it. And also here you can see the spare wheel which is being installed onto the chassis. Then we continue with the radiator grille, front axle, rear wheel axle, and also some of the drivetrain parts. Exhaust, which is being assembled out of several parts. Again, here you can also check if you can add some, for example, brake lines or something else to be replicated on the chassis, because it will be visible on the finished model if it is there. And then we start assembly of the front cap. As I said, it's a boxy structure, so it's quite easy to get together. And we also get some assembly options with these wheel fenders, so you get to replicate the side step, a shorter one, and the version without any side step. Next, we also assemble the bonnet here. Note that manufacturer does not suggest any open version, so in case you would like to expose the engine, you have to think it through, because it will require some additional modification. And here we assemble the rear bed. We can also install these special frames for the tarp And here, as far as you can see, they will be in the folded position, but nobody stops you from placing them in the proper position here in the middle. And some final steps here for the, I think those are side steps for the front cap. The first marking option comes from 1944, and here we have the second one from 1944 as well, but in camouflage colors. But as I said before, you're not limited by those two. You can find something different in case you will have some reference material. And this kit should be already available. You can get it together with other novelties from ICM in Modelimex webshop. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.